Hi, it's Aaron with the Welty Environmental Center. Today we have something super special for you. We have partnered with Who Haven, and they are going to bring you a few of their most recent intakes. They have for you baby squirrels, a red fox, chickens, turtles, and two great horned owl babies. So make sure you stick through the whole thing to see those wonderful great horned owl babies. All right, enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Razia. I've been an intern at Who Haven for 3 years now. A few of the new intakes that we do have actually involve two baby squirrels. They're actually very, very tiny. Trees were cut down, and instead of putting these baby squirrels in a small basket and leaving them near the trees for Mama to come back and grab them, they actually didn't know what to do with them. So they actually brought them out to Who Haven, which was just as smart. We do rehab a lot of wild animals, and it is baby season. So with them being this small, it's not even a guarantee that they would probably even live 24 hours. I have been working with them since the minute they came in, and I have been feeding them 24 hours a day, every 2 hours for 24 hours. They do require overnight care, and I have been giving them that care. They take about a few syringe drops of some, we can give them baby cat formula, electrolytes to kind of get them perked up. And we always have to potty babies. And in the wild, if Mama Squirrel still was with her babies, she would actually be stimulating them, helping them with their ears, their eyes, their nose, and she would actually be stimulating them so they can go potty. So what we do is we'll get a warm damp cloth, a warm finger, and kind of stimulate them, make sure they actually relieve themselves, and then we can actually feed them again. They get fed maybe every hour and a half to every 2 hours. They do scream for the food, so they're very, very vocal. We would probably say that they're maybe a week or 2 weeks old. Their eyes are actually still closed and still forming. They just received hair on their noses and have little whiskers. Their ears are still forming, and they are still pretty translucent. So these are brand new babies. They were very lucky to have been brought here because they're in the best of care. I will be caring for these babies for the next few weeks until they are a little older, and from there they will actually be able to go into a cage at Who Haven. We'll be able to give them some harder foods. They can have fruits, veggies, peanuts, and then from there we can slowly move them outside and they can be released.
Hi, I'm Karen from Who Haven. Another one of our little temporary guests came in after Mom had gotten hit by a car, and some very nice people found the little Peanut kind of wandering and staggering. I might add that upon full assessment after we took her in, it looked like she was going to be someone's dinner, as she had bite marks on her neck and on one of her paws. So we know they're babies. We know that they have to be kept warm. They have to be well fed. The mother would do a lot of interacting, which is why we have a surrogate mother red fox. So our job for the next couple of weeks is to introduce her, let them get along. She could not be outside. No baby can handle the 20 degrees at night. And so hopefully in May, when the dip finally stops at around 55, she'll be able to go outside with Mama Digger, and she will learn how to become a full-fledged fox. Yes, they are cute. They have very sharp teeth. They require a lot of care. She is already a meat eater. She loves chicken and hamburger. By the way, that is all raw. They do like strawberries and watermelon. Typical babies, they love to eat, sleep, and yes, they pee and poop a lot. Anyway, you just never know what is going to come in the door or the care that it will require here at Who Haven.
Hi guys, it's Razia again. I'm here with some different intakes. We have 2 female chickens. I know a lot of people like to think that chickens are cute, especially for Easter time. They're a lot of work, they smell, and they need lots and lots of care. So we definitely are keeping these 2 for educational purposes to let people know that they're a lot harder to handle and to raise than people think. And they love to sit on my head. They love to sit on their shoulders as we're walking around the facility, doing chores, feeding. They are handled every single day, and once everything is a little back to normal, we'll be able to take these guys on programs so kids can actually see them a lot more up close. You might be wondering how they're actually sitting on me right now and not having any accidents. This took weeks of specialized training, so this is why they can do this, and we are lucky enough to not be pooped on. And with them actually being female, we'll be able to use their eggs and be able to utilize them throughout the facility. This is a yellow-bellied spider.
And mine is a painted turtle, and as you can tell, you might think they'll sit around and do nothing, and of course now that I say that, there they go, they're off and running. We actually do quite a few turtles at Who Haven. You can imagine crossing the road, crossing a street is not a good thing for a turtle to do when people are not watching carefully. So 2,000-pound vehicle going over that shell brings lots of damage. This one we've had for 2 years. It was on antibiotics, and it now has gotten its shell sealed, and we're waiting to see if it will hold and be good. And we've got Mr. Yellow Slider, who belonged to somebody who could no longer take good care of them. They require a lot more care than you think, don't they, Roz?
Oh, yeah.
It takes a lot of cleaning of their water habitat, proper food, even their shells get scrubbed and cleaned at least 3 or 4 times a week to make sure it stays clean, healthy. It's being assessed as everyone does it to make sure they're good. And you cannot always find veterinarians that want to work on turtles. One of the hardest things you always have to be alert of and take a look at them is you wouldn't really know if they lost or gained weight. They got a nice shell. They walk well. You're looking at their neck. But you just really wouldn't know. And our painted shell turtle has a bit of an attitude, which he seems to be trying to show at the moment. The Yellow Slider is very friendly, actually likes kids, and loves to be played with on the floor.
So if their shells aren't cleaned on a regular basis, what happens?
They can get algae, they can get diseased. That is like, kind of like their skin is to us. We keep it clean, we keep it moisturized, We make sure it stays free of bacteria as best we can. And that's the same way with their shell. Should we show them the difference between the two we have over there?
Yeah.
Would you like to follow us, Maribel?
Yeah.
For a little bit in the Michelin guy? Our surprise visit that we love to do. Roz, what do you have?
I have a baby snapper. And as tiny as this one is, he's going to be one day this big.
And believe it or not, the one she was holding is 2 years old. It came in a third of the size of how it is now. And then Daddy Michelin is who he's sitting on. And for those of you who don't know his story, he came in run over by a vehicle, as you can tell. After 2 years of antibiotics, he is now sealed, but never able to be released because of the one major one right behind its head. Hi. Well, it's my turn. Roz and I are having a good old time, and it looks like you're going to get a show. What you see to the right of me are, I could say Hansel and Gretel, I could say Abbott and Costello. Honestly, we're not sure if they're boys or girls, but they are 2 8 to 10 week old great horned babies. They came to us after being picked up in a yard where individuals were very fearful they were going to get harmed. Little one, I think I'll call him Abbott, seems to be quite entertaining and maybe a little full of himself, as he actually can see himself in the camera. Razia, who is off camera but can see them, is stating we need to point out how big their talons are. And yes, they are little, but they do have big feet. So hopefully you're seeing another view that little Abbott is quite taken with his buddy, the camera, and the tripod, which always entertains us too. And I'm just gently sticking my finger in so that he doesn't tip it over and hurt Maribel's equipment. And you always get one that is more personable. We get donations of meat, dead pheasant chicks, mice. They can easily consume 20 to 25 dead pheasant chicks a day. So very, very expensive to feed or take care of if you were thinking you'd like to have one, which, by the way, is illegal anyway. No birds, and owls are included, fly, leaving the nest, but they do push each other out and end up down on the ground, where they practice their playing skills and their pouncing skills and their flying skills while they are learning, and mom and dad are 40 or 50 feet up in a tree making sure they are safe. If you look at Costello, you can actually start seeing the little tufts on the top of his head, which will turn him into a great horned owl.
Thanks for tuning in, and a big thank you to Who Haven and their staff for providing us with such a great opportunity to see some of the animals that they take in and care for at their shelter. If you would like to support them, please make sure to visit Who Haven online and donate. All right, until next time.